Overnight lows are around 15 or so you can keep your window open, which is nice. It's nice.
Yeah, the police are saying leave your front door open, garage door open.
Why worry, right? You only live once.
Let's say
YOLO is the new VPD mantra. Oh, God.
Yeah, VPD will have their shirts off, serving and protecting.
Ooh, I want to see that.
So talking to Roberto, we were told pre-interview with Roberto in the suite at Caesars on Friday night. Yeah, he doesn't really want to talk any hockey. Okay. And then so we grabbed Roberto and we went into a little part of the suite that we could have some privacy. As much as 4 TV cameras and 16 hangers on will give you in terms of privacy. But that was fine. It was good. It was okay.
We're just at the end of the bed, right by the chaise lounge. Should we go here? Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. Right on.
So we just stood there, and Roberto said, look, I'm sorry about the interview yesterday. I couldn't do it. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. Hey, Roberto, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. I'm 6 drinks in for my evening so far, so I'm happy.
Oh, and it sounds like it.
Oh, does it sound like we're drunk or me drunk?
It sounds like we collectively have had a couple of beers.
Because we had.
Conversations are always better after a couple of beers.
You can't hit radio people at 8:30 at night for an interview.
On a Friday?
In Vegas?
Shit, we've been up since 5?
You're not doctors on call.
I had 3 hours sleep last night. So we were told, we're standing there with Roberto, and we're told, please, guys, no hockey questions. And I remember looking at him, what? What are you're serious? Okay. And I had some notes. And did you see how much I scratched out? I scratched out 1 full sheet and 80% of a second sheet. That takes care of all of this.
What did he want to talk about? The weather?
Poker.
Just poker.
Pink shorts.
And the pink shorts that he was wearing, which was fine.
Yes,
I'm not going to lie to you.
course.
And we've got about a 3-minute interview here that I think is great because he's a good guy. He's such an easy guy to talk to. Then we turned the microphones off, and then we had a real chat.
That's where it got interesting.
Did you secretly record it?
I should have. No, I was... We want to be true to our word to him. We're not true to our word to many people, but we, offer him the respect he deserves.
All right, so we'll tell you 1 or 2 of the things that he told us off the record. But first, let's tell you what let's share with what he said on the record. Here's a little Roberto Luongo with us in a private suite in Vegas on Friday night. Does it need any more setup than that?
No, it's good to go.
We're hanging out with our good friend Roberto Luongo. Yeah, totally hanging out with Roberto Luongo here in Las Vegas. Roberto, the World Series of Poker is firing up this weekend. Last year, did you place top 1,000?
Yeah, it was 634th, I believe. So it was 4 days of poker. It was very exhausting and challenging mentally, but it was a really fun 4 days for me.
What's the expectation this year? Where do you want to place?
Under 634. So and ahead of my brother. So those are the two main goals. But obviously, as far as I could, and maybe a final table.
You cashed about $20,000. Did you have to pay the 30% deduction that Canadians get?
Well, yeah, obviously you have to pay taxes, and by the time I covered my expenses in my hotel room, there was not much left of it. So, but it was worth it. I mean, it was more for obviously the thrill of playing in the main event and the fun of playing poker.
Roberto, when you're playing online poker at PlayNow.com, do you prefer sitting there in your tidy whities, your grandpa robe, or your Bobby Lou birthday suit?
Usually I have my tidy whities. Maybe I throw a T-shirt on just for in case the maid comes in or something, but as comfortable as possible.
That sounds pretty hot.
And for people who are playing at PlayNow.com, when you're back in British Columbia, you do play and you use your name. Do you use Roberto? Do you use Strombone1? Or do you prefer to be anonymous when you play online?
Who's Strombone1? No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I'm under the username Luongo1, so you could find me under there. Obviously, I have to be in BC to be playing on that website, so that's where I usually do most of my work.
Lou, I'm trying to sell my East Van duplex. It's a stone's throw from Little Italy on Commercial Drive. Any interest?
Well, I'm selling mine too, so we're in the same boat. We'll swap.
Mine's worth about the same as yours.
So aside from poker and the World Series of Poker, anything new? How's it going? What's up?
Not much. Just enjoying the summer, working out, getting ready for another big season.
Got a new coach there, and John Tortorella. Who do you think he's going to make cry first on the squad?
There's a lot of names I can come up with right now. So
is it going to be hard on Hank and Dank?
No, I don't think so. Those guys work their hearts out, and they're our best players. So I don't know, man. It's a tough call.
Kevin Bieksa for sure, right?
Well, I'm sure that they might go at it a few times, but behind closed doors.
Kevin, we've been talking. Just Kevin.
But the Budweiser interview's done. I'm done.
Roberto, we've been talking to you for, I'd say about 6 minutes, give or take right now. If I gave you $20, could you tell us either our names?
No idea. Jeff O'Neill.
You got one of them. There's $10.
A couple of weeks ago, we actually talked to Kevin Biek's, and we asked him which song would he like to play for Alain Vigneault, former Canucks coach, and he picked a beautiful Celine Dion number from Titanic. What would it be a song you'd play for your outgoing coach, AV?
No Need to Apologize.
Is it bizarre that him and Torts switched spots?
Yeah, it is bizarre. You don't really see that very often. Obviously, there's coaching changes that happens always in the NHL, but to see two coaches swap teams like that, couldn't have thought of a better trade.
Roberto, good luck in the World Series of Poker. People can follow you at Play Now, and they use the hashtag #AskLuongo, and they can talk to you and bother you while you're playing, right?
Proud to play for PlayNow.com, so if that's what they want, as long as it's not when I'm half pocket aces, we're good.
And just for people listening at home, we don't need to ask about the peeing thing and your dingus question, because we covered that last
We
year.
already know that.
Yeah, I know. I even forgot my answer, so I might switch it up this year.
Ask him about the manscaping.
Kevin Biek says he's a big fan of the Manscaped, but
It's kind of embarrassing a little bit. I have to watch him every day in the shower. So
Roberto, last year I think we failed to ask you who does your hair and what exact product do you use, because you've got lovely hair.
thank you. I think most of it's just natural Italian oils just radiating from my scalp. The one I use in Vancouver is in Yaletown, and it's called L'Atelier.
Free cut now. All right, thanks a lot, Roberto. Good luck in the World Series of Poker, and we'll see you in Vancouver soon.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
He talked hockey.
Well, he did, and I'll tell you right now, when we brought up a couple of hockey questions, just goofy hockey questions, the room got a little bit nervous.
They were peripheral hockey questions.
Yeah, nothing too specific. But I asked him at one point off the record, I said, do you pay attention to any of the online chatter? And I said, oh, you probably don't. But you know what, Roberto? It's our job to pay attention to that sort of stuff. And I'll tell you right now, the Canuck fans in Vancouver, they love you, man. They're on your side, man. They think that you're getting a raw deal on this one. And they don't like Mike Gillis very much. And Roberto said, at that point, he said, you know what, I don't blame Mike Gillis at all. I don't know that...
It was his decision.
I don't know that it was his decision.
See, he wanted to go home closer to where he wanted to go closer to Florida. So is he bitter at all that he still has to be here?
You know, it said to him, you couldn't geographically be any further from your home in Florida. And he said, and I quote, you know what, the travel's not really a big problem for me. Okay, what is? Which is more rhetorical than anything. He didn't really want to answer that too much.
Yeah, he said we're like, are we going to maybe see you in the fall? And he's like, I got a couple things I have to get past first.
Which is interesting.
Which led us to believe
his head's not in the Vancouver game anymore. But he did mention a number of times that he loved the Vancouver hockey fans. And he felt at this point that I think in his mind, when the season ended in early May, he was done in Vancouver, and he put the condo up for sale, and when he left for good. And then he kind of sort of didn't get screwed because the contract is for Vancouver, which gives him millions of dollars. But in his mind and his heart, he was gone, and now he has to come back, and he doesn't feel as though he's 100% committed. He has to find that focus again, which isn't there right now, and he doesn't feel like he's going to be doing the Vancouver hockey fans a service, so he's got to figure it out.
So next up, you and Lou are doing wife swap. Because clearly he said that you're going to swap condos. That's going to be interesting.
He did say, because we said to him, well, you heard one of the Aquilinis flew down to talk to you. How did that go? And he said, yeah, you know what, that was interesting. That was a little bit different. That's how he found out when one of them showed up.
Yeah, we just traded Cory. It's about to go down at the draft in New Jersey, and then boom, he said the trade went through, and Luongo said his phone blew up with people going, what the hell? And
that's how he finds out.
Lou said he's been in constant contact with Cory,
Yeah.
pre-trade, post-trade.
Yeah.
So they're still good buddies.
And is Cory happy to be there?
Well, he's a number 2 again in New Jersey.
Between the Brodeurs. But he's so much closer to Boston where he's born and raised. So I would think he's
But
happy.
you want to be the number one.
He'll be number 1 after next year, I would think. But you know what? Well, there's a couple of things I don't know if we can share. We can share whatever we want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said to Roberto, so let's assume that you come back. Who's going to be your backup? And he said, well, I don't know. I mean, Eddie Lack just went through surgery, so we don't know what to, and I don't know that he's NHL tested at this point.
Never played in the NHL.
Yeah. And I said, and then Roberto said, and I think we just drafted some European kid. I said, but you're Roberto. You should know this guy's name.
We left the bedroom of the suite where the PlayNow.com party was, and we're like, hey, thanks, Luongo. Yeah, Roberto, and we're chatting with him off mic, and we left, and we sort of put Jeff and myself in the Fajita, and we're like, oh, he's not coming back.
Yeah, I think you were the one that said that. We're walking down the hallway, and I said, so what did you think? I thought he was a really nice guy. And Scott said, he's not coming back.
Because the last time we talked to him, I felt like we were all best friends. He was coming back.
He was awesome, but at that point, and stuff he said and stuff he didn't say.
Right.
Well, I think if the NHL regular season started next week, Roberto wouldn't be starting for us. But we're still a few months away. And Mike Gillis said over the weekend when we were reading online, because Mike is totally a good friend of ours, Mike said he plans to go down to Florida. And my first thought was, well, Roberto's not actually there right now. He's in Vegas.
Roberto's World Series of Poker main event kicks off today at noon, and he's a little under the weather, but he's psyched to be playing in his second main event, the World Series of Poker. Thanks to our friends at PlayNow.com.